Hello everyone, welcome to my first video. Today's video is going to be a commander deck tech of my first ever made commander. Let me just adjust this. Alright, there you go. And oh, look at those Japanese symbols right there. You know how this is going to be a quality video. So this is going to be my first commander. The first commander that I've ever made was Baral, Chief of Compliance. I got him in a pre-release of Ether Revolt. It was my first pre-release, and I was introduced to Commander. I was very intrigued with it because of the, very different mechanics it had. So I told myself, hey, why not build this as my Commander? And it was really, really fun for me, but it wasn't really fun for others. It's because I found out that blue wasn't really that friendly with others. First creature would be Siren Storm Tamer. I try to get this in turn 1. So basically, once I bring out Brawl on turn 2, I have a leeway. I basically have a counter spell ready to go. Next one is a ramp for blue. It is Curious Homunculus. It just adds 1 colorless mana, but you have to use it to cast an instant or sorcery. And once it flips, it becomes a really buff version of Baral with prowess. Next one, Archaeomancer. Yeah, I like this one. It's a creature, and it brings back instant or sorcery. Really synergizes well with Baral. Okay, here's a really big creature that gets even bigger later in the game when all graveyards are just filled to the brim with instant sorceries. Next, you might want to cast this on a late game. I'm talking about Academy Elite, but this one, Dawson of Perfection. One way I want to win with this deck is just to flood the board with tokens. And speaking of tokens, Talran Sky Summoner. Also a good alternative commander for this deck. It's also Storm, and it basically floods the boards with a lot of blue drakes. Next is, it's in Japanese. Thing in the Ice. So basically, it's a 0/4 with Defender, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it really rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? You put an ice counter, and when it has 4 or more ice counters, it transforms, and you get to bounce every creature that isn't a horror. Yeah, so basically, it almost bounces everything, and you have like this huge creature just sitting there ready to attack. Speaking of huge creatures, Sphinx of the Final Word. So basically, it's a really good against other control decks. Niblis of Frost. Basically, you get the gist of it. Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, a lot of things trigger. Also, what's wrong? Please, for me, please, will you focus for me? Okay. Hold on. Let me just focus. Focus. No one gives a damn about the backgrounds. It's what's in front of you that matters. Okay, I'm just gonna have to say it. Guile. Guile. For maybe you guys know about this card. It basically has. Oh Lord. Please. For me. Okay, that's fine. It's totally fine. That's fine. Guile. Basically, whenever you counter a spell, you get to cast it for free. So that's why it's in this deck. But you wouldn't know, would you? Because you can't see the freaking thing. Okay, maybe this will fix it. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through the counter spell. Insidious Will. Thank you. I know your secrets. Insidious Will. Really versatile. Disappearing Act. It has Brawl in it, so it's very flavorful. Overwhelming Denial. Rewind. Spell Swindle. Desertion. Okay, I like Desertion. This is the kind of 5 mana counter spells that I think is really good because you get to counter it and you get to steal it. It's not really bad. Speaking of, this is a bad 5 mana counterspell. I mean, yeah, you get to have 3 clue tokens, and you get to sacrifice them later in the game and draw a lot of cards. But it's really slow, and it's 5 mana. That's not good. Dismiss, negate, and the OG counterspell. Disallow. Void Shatter gets away with Pyroblast. Dissipate. Memory Lapse and Force of Will. No, Supreme Will. I'm sorry, I really get that wrong. And then not particularly counterspell, but it counters abilities. Okay, maybe I'll go with the bounce spells. So with the bounce spells, I had to run Baral's Expertise. It's just so flavorful. Get out of my way. What's that thing that Scorpion used to say? No, it's come here. Never mind. Cyclonic Rift, because, you know, it's obvious. You're playing blue. Unsubstantiate. Perilous Voyage. I think it's better than Disperse. You know, lets you scry too. Reality Shift. This is the only removal I have. Couldn't find Pongify or Rapid Hybridization. Still might put this in. Just the Wind. Oops. Commit to Memory. Okay. Yeah, you know, just to bounce and even refill your hand and put all the things, the instant sorceries in your graveyards back to your library. It's like a little restart button. Reverse Rebuke. It's a sort of dumbed down Cyclonic Rift. It only targets 1 player, which I guess lessens the grudge. Alright, next would be the enchantments. So I'll run through the enchantments. Imprison the Moon. You know, really great to get rid of those nasty creatures, especially ones with indestructible. Lyric Summoning, you know, also reacts when you activates. What's that thing called? Triggers when you cast an instance or sorcery. Lunar Force. It's a counterspell in the form of an enchantment. Jesus Sanctum, which is basically Baral if it wasn't a creature. Trail of Evidence. I put this here for one specific card. Swarm Intelligence, a really powerful card. What happened? Oh, that's right, I pushed it. Okay, next, the artifacts. First artifact, since I'm playing mono blue. Sapphire Medallion. Primal Amulet. And, because, you know, I really didn't need that. Needn't say more. Lightning Greaves. And what is it called? Oops, sorry about that. Let me just fix it. Raise my child. There you go. What was it called? Ether Reservoir, I believe. Ether Flux Reservoir. There you go. Yeah, basically, you get to, if you get to, you know, Storm, you get to cast spells left and right. You basically gain life, and it stacks, which is not that bad. And here's the artifact I was talking about: Tamio's Journal. Not a lot of tutor for blue, so I put this there. And with the what's that card called again? With the Trail of Evidence, it gets to synergize well, so I don't have to wait 3 turns to get 3 clues and then tutor for it. Here's the last artifact, Dynavolt Tower. Because, you know, I need a lot of triggers whenever I'm casting instants or sorceries. Anyway, one thing that I put in this deck, because I run Dynavolt Tower, is that I run Glimmer of Genius. So, you know, I can get also those extra energy counters. And, telling time. Brainstorm, Serum Visions, and Opt. so you want this on your opening hand. Next is a bunch of just a bunch of instants and sorceries that do a lot more to excel my game. Word of Invention, Blatant Thievery, Learn from the Past, Clone Legion, Polymorphous Jest, Talent of the Telepath, which is really mean because I get to cast other people's instants or sorceries, and Rise from the Tides. This usually wins games. Alright, here's some lands. I'm running Valley Academy, Skyline Cascade, Lonely Sandbar, Desert of the Mindful, Remote Isle, Temple of the False God, and Mirror Pool, because I get to copy an instant or sorcery, and I get to copy any creature on the field. Actually, no, I get to copy target creature you control. Okay, I see. And I'm running one Planeswalker, which is Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. Yeah, because I want to get that emblem where I get to counter everything. Well, the first spell. So that's it. That's my Baral deck. Hope you like what you see, and if you like what you see, like and subscribe. If you don't and you think this is garbage, please write it on the comment section. I need some good critique so that way I can get better in this industry. All right. Goodbye. Thank you. Also, hopefully I can upload more videos if you people want some more. Do tell.